Hey everybody, it's Allie. I'm on a fantastical weight loss journey. Hopefully you'll come along for the ride. I was just outside working in my garden and I was taking a break and I was reading through the support groups and I'm seeing a trend in insurance companies really squashing these GLP-1 medications, and I wanted to talk about it because people unfortunately are under the misunderstanding that insurance companies care about you. They don't. Let me just be perfectly clear. You are a number on a piece of paper, on a spreadsheet full of other people who are numbers. So they don't care about you specifically, and they don't care about your health. The fact that people are having so much success on these GLP-1 medications is phenomenal. And it was not something that the pharmaceutical companies anticipated, which is why we're having such a huge shortage, right? We're having all these issues. Back to insurance companies. So insurance companies, because these medications are so expensive and they will continue to be expensive for the next few years until the patents run out and we get some sort of generic, they are putting the kibosh on these medications, which means if you are prescribed a medication, a GLP-1, Ozempic, Wegovy, Zepbound, Mounjaro, it doesn't matter, Trulicity, it doesn't matter which one, they are only going to allow you to get that medication for a certain amount of time. Now, I'm still researching this, but so far it looks like most insurance companies, again, you're going to have to check with yours individually. It looks like for diabetes, they are letting it run. They'll allow you to be on the medication for 2 years. Other insurance companies, it's 1 year. For weight loss versions, right, like Zepbound, it's 1 year. Now, the other thing that you need to know is if you are on a weight loss version of the drugs, right, Wegovy and Zepbound, a lot of insurance companies are really cracking down on how much weight you're losing, which is incredibly unhealthy for our mental health, right? But there have been multiple posts at this point where people have been on the medication for 5 months or less. They've gone in for their first follow-up, right, with their doctor where you have to do your labs, make sure everything's going well, they weigh you, and they have not met the criteria that the insurance company has arbitrarily set, and therefore they are getting booted off of coverage for those medications. So you need to really look at what your insurance company requires, and you need to have a plan. If you haven't already watched my video on compounding, please go watch that so that you can educate yourself on compounds, because that is really the route that a lot of people are going to end up going, because insurance companies do not want to pay for these medications. They just don't, flat out. They don't want to have to pay for it. They don't want to have to reimburse this last group when the savings card stopped working and now people are submitting for reimbursement because they had to pay full price and now they're having to issue checks to people. So it's problematic. And this is one of the areas in which, in my opinion, our healthcare system really fails us, because the insurance companies have entirely too much power over whether or not we have access to certain types of medications. And this is not new. This happens, it's happened with insulin, it's happened with all sorts of things. But the point that I want to drive home to you is it does not matter what your diagnosis is. If you think you're safe because you have a diabetic diagnosis, you are not. If you think you're safe because you have a lot of weight to lose and you are, you meet all the criteria and you've gotten on Zepbound, you are not safe. It does not matter if it's for a heart issue, sleep apnea, weight loss, diabetes, it doesn't matter. These insurance companies do not want to have to pay long-term for this medication. So what does this mean for you? A, you need to have a plan, because the majority of the people that I have seen and through my research found who have had long-term success, specifically with the weight loss portion and keeping their A1C low, they have been on a maintenance dose for 6 months to a year before getting off of the medication. So you need to have a plan in place for if the insurance company drops you. Likewise, if your doctor is looking into options for maintenance, currently the only GLP-1 that's on the market that I have seen, and again, I've only just started researching this, the only one that I've seen that's approved for weight, for management, right, maintenance, is Wegovy. So keep that in mind. And also keep in mind, if you are on these medications for weight loss, you need to take it seriously. These insurance companies are not just going to be shelling out money forever. So if you're one of those people who's not tracking your calories, you're not exercising, you're not doing anything, you've heard me talk about them before, and you're just like, oh, I have appetite suppression, I'm going to be fine, I'm just going to lose weight and eat whatever I want in smaller quantities and blah, 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 and you've heard me talk about those people before. If you are one of those people, you need to be ready for the rug to be pulled out from underneath you, because if you are not reaching these arbitrary goals that the insurance companies have set, that they may not make you aware of, and you don't reach those weight loss goals, you'll be getting a letter in the mail saying, hey, you didn't reach this amount of weight loss while on this medication, so we're booting you and you can no longer get it. And I need for people to understand that. And I'm not saying this to scare you. I'm saying this because doctors are not telling this to people when they get on these medications. No one is going to tell you until it happens. I'm telling you. I've been seeing the upward trend over the last few months, and we are going to continue to see it. And the more and more people that get on it, the stricter they are going to be. So you need to figure out what your insurance company requires of you. And unfortunately, you need to make those goals a priority. I hope this video helped you. Let me know in the comments down below if you are also seeing this trend and people posting that their insurance company has dropped them. And consider subscribing, because anytime I have valuable information like this, I share it with you guys. I hope you're having a great weekend, and I'll see you in the next video. Be kind, rewind.